Hello, this is Sylvester McCoy, and you're watching the Multimedia Projects. Oh, Chronicle. The project is to watch the Chronicles. The Chronicles is to listen to the project. I mean, the thing is, you're watching something, enjoy it. Bye.
Greetings, everyone. Well, it's Timey-Wimey Tuesday again, which means we're back at the Doctor Who shelves to take a look at some new stuff I got to put on the Doctor Who shelves. So, last time and the time before, we took a look at the latest additions to the Doctor Who, the collection, the Blu-rays collection that I got. This time around, we got a few new additions to the animation collection. Yes, you thought I forgot, didn't you? No, you knew I didn't forget. Of course I didn't forget. Why would I forget? I don't forget things like that. I just get them. I don't forget. I get... Anyway, I'm tired. It's late, and let's talk about Doctor Who, shall we? Yeah, so I picked up some more of the animation collection, and of course, because I've been collecting them in Steelbook form, I got the snazzy Steelbook editions. So let's check them out. We've got three, count them, three to look at this time. So let's get right to it. Doctor Who, Missing Episodes, Reanimated, today on the Doctor Who, yes, the Doctor Who show of Zarin Isaac, today, right now, and here, where you are, on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. How the Doctor Who are ya? Anyway, what did we get? We got three. So I guess in the order that they were released, let's check them out, shall we? First up, we have Evil of the Daleks. Look at that. Look at that cover. I love the alternate artwork they do for these Steelbooks. They're just beautiful. And like that. And the British Steelbooks come in these, like, pockets. You put them in a pocket. Not a slipcover, but like a pocket. They all have these. I know it's just a thing, I guess. So, let's open this up first off. So inside we have the booklet, which has the regular Blu-ray artwork on it. So that's one nice thing about the Steelbooks, is you're not missing any artwork or anything. You get the fancy schmancy snazzy exclusive Steelbook artwork. Look at that. That is just beautiful. I especially love this rendition of the Emperor Daleks. It's gorgeous. And then inside we got our 3 discs of content. And once again with the regular Blu-ray artwork on there. So 3 discs. And let me see, if we just pop all these out, how can I do this without dropping them everywhere? Hold on. We just pop them all out. There we go. So we got some nice artwork underneath as well, featuring the second Doctor. Looks like he's being taken prisoner by the Daleks. Very scary. I'm just going to put all these back in. Hold on. Just bear with me for a sec. Yeah, so much like the others, the way they've done this is Disc 1 is all 7 parts in black and white. Disc 2 is all 7 parts in color. And Disc 3 is bonus features. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, the black and white one is 4:3 aspect ratio, and the color is widescreen, I think. I don't know if it specifically says this. Just give us the contents here. Yeah, it doesn't actually say. Does it say here on the back? Maybe it just says 1080p. Maybe they're all I don't know. I haven't actually sat down and watched all of this yet, so. And it's been a while since I got it, so I do apologize. I am a little fuzzy on that part. Anyway, really nice edition, and loaded with extras. So we got episodes 1 to 7, color animation, black and white animation. It also includes the original episode 2, the only surviving complete episode from this story. We got audio commentaries. We've got the Evil of the Daleks audiobook narrated by Tom Baker. That's very cool. That used to be, that's the audiobook, not the. They did have like an audio, like a recording of the original audio of the episodes, which was narrated as well. I don't think that's what this is. I think this is something else, perhaps. Anyway, we also got a photo gallery, animation gallery, episode reconstructions with optional commentary from Fraser Hines. So what that is basically photos and telesnaps with the audio, the version of the audio tracks that were put out on audio CD many years ago, before they did all the animations and stuff. So with those, they would have an accompanying narration from one of the companions, or one of the actors who played one of the companions, to kind of explain what was going on, or it wasn't obvious from the sound. So it's kind of cool to have that version of the audio, which is all nicely cleaned up and everything, with the narration plus the photos. So you can watch that with the full episode 2, and you'll get it as close as possible as an approximation to what it would have looked like when it originally aired back in 1968. Then we have The Last Dalek. The Last Dalek is, I remember this from one of the DVDs a while back. I think it was the Lost in Time DVDs, actually. It's home movie footage that was taken on set during the final battle scene between the Daleks and the Emperor Dalek and the Doctor, and just all chaos, all hell breaking loose. So that's matched up with some of the audio from the show, so you can get some idea of what that final fight, that final battle sequence looked like in the original, as close as possible as you can get with the, the 8mm home movie footage. So it's pretty cool. We got An Assignment with Grim Evil, which is an interview with Chris Thompson. The Dalek Factor, which is a making of special about the story. And episode 1, the 1968 introduction, audio only, and some PDF content as well. So inside the booklet here, we got all kinds of stuff about the production of the original show as well as the animated version. So lots of cool info, lots of pictures. It's very nice. Yeah. One reason to get these, I think the both versions of the Blu-ray have the same booklet with them, but yeah, it's very, very nice. They only have pictures from the animation. They don't have any picture. Yeah. Okay. 1992 audiobook. Oh, okay, here it is. Tom Baker narrates this 1992 audio-only presentation of The Evil of the Daleks. Yeah, it's not actually an audio book. It's not the novelization, because I don't think that had come out yet when this was published. When did Evil of the Daleks come out? That was this one here. Kind of a rarity. Really glad to have this one in the collection, I gotta say. So when was this? It says it came out for the 30th anniversary, so 93, I guess. Yeah, 93. So the audiobook version came out in 92. I remember I actually had that. It was on audio cassette, and it's a not terribly cleaned up version of the audio from the show with linking narration by Tom Baker. So it's very similar to the audio CD version that they use as the audio for the reconstruction, with narration by Fraser Hines, but it's narration by Tom Baker. And it's like Tom Baker in character as the Doctor, telling the story of one of his past adventures, kind of thing. That's sort of how it's structured. It's very neat. I remember enjoying that one. I had that one, and I had another one of the Macra Terror, which I believe is included on the Macra Terror animation as well. And as I recall, that one was narrated by Colin Baker, again talking about it as if he was recalling past adventures from his past lives. So it's kind of neat the way they did those. And at the time, that was the only way you could experience those stories, because they hadn't even released the single surviving episodes or anything like that. Well, actually, Macra Terror doesn't have anything. Macra Terror has a few clips, and that's it. But but Evil of the Daleks has the one surviving episode that they didn't actually they hadn't actually done the restoration or anything on it yet. Yeah, the last Dalek. Visual effects designers Peter Day and Michael John Harris narrate this unique behind-the-scenes footage filmed at Ealing Studios during production of Evil of the Daleks in 1967. And what was this? Yeah, so Chris Thompson was the production designer on the original production, and it says here he discusses his work on the serial in a previously unreleased interview from 2018. And there we go. And the DVD-ROM content, or I guess Blu-ray BD-ROM content, we have all 7 camera scripts, together with a collection of cuttings from contemporary editions of the Radio Times. So, very cool. Who's on the audio commentaries? So Toby Haydock presents a series of new audio commentaries and selected episodes produced by John Carey. Episode 4's commentary features assistant floor manager David Tilley, recorded in June 2021, and Sonny Caldinez, who played Kemmel, recorded in 2002. Episode 5, sees director Eric Martinez discusses work on Evil of the Daleks and other 1960s Doctor Who episodes with writer Richard Marson, and a previously unreleased archive recording from 1985. Oh, this is really cool. For episode 7's commentary, recorded in July 2021, Toby Haydock is joined by Fraser Hines, who of course played Jamie, and second unit director Timothy Combe. Also included, the surviving 1967 film recording of Evil of the Daleks Episode 2 is available to view with the option of 2 further audio commentaries. The first features Deborah Watling, who played Victoria Waterfield in an interview originally released in 2004. Meanwhile, a second commentary sees production designer Chris Thompson, again, in conversation with Phil Newman in a previously unreleased audio track recorded in October of 2018. Like, what an absolute treasure trove of stuff just for this one story. This is what I keep saying. I don't know any other show that gets the deluxe treatment like Doctor Who does. It's just awesome, and I love it. And I gotta say, I love these animations. And this is one of the better ones. In fact, most of them are pretty consistent in terms of animation quality. They really kind of got that down to a science by this point, I think. So, there you go. Evil of the Daleks. Next up, kind of exciting, we finally got a First Doctor adventure. Yes, we have Galaxy 4, which is story 18. So, from what is it, from season 3, I guess? Season 2? Season 3? Not season 2. Season 2 was, yeah. We already got that one on Blu-ray. Let me just see where this one's from. I know it's story number 18. Oh, right, it's the 3rd season premiere story. That's what it is. I knew it was from around there somewhere. Anyway, so we got Galaxy 4 with the Dravins and the Chumbleys. Very fun. Now, for a long time, all that existed of Galaxy 4 was a big, roughly 7-minute long clip from episode 1. Until recently, they discovered an episode, one full episode. I think it was episode 2? Was it episode 2? No, it was episode 3. Yeah, so they found episode 3. And they put out, there was a special edition of the Aztecs that was put out. It was a re-release of the Aztecs with additional extras and such. And as one of the extras, they had a sort of omnibus compilation slash photo reconstruction of Galaxy 4 on that DVD, which contained the full rediscovered episode plus the lengthy episode 1 clip and any other clips and photos that they had to kind of put it together into as coherent a presentation as possible. So this is the first time they've actually released the complete story outside of the aforementioned audio CDs, which would have had the narrated audio. So once again, we have a lovely booklet with the the regular Blu-ray edition artwork. Very cool. And everything in this case is on 2 discs. So what do we have? Yeah, disc 1 is the black and white version with episode 3 as well. Disc 2 is just the color animated version. I think you can only watch. I guess you can only watch the surviving episode with the black and white version. So there we go. I don't think I've ever actually watched the color versions of any of these. I've only ever watched the black and white version because I'm just a filthy, stinking purist with that. But I'll have to check out the color versions at some point. Always an interesting curiosity. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. So we got episodes 1 to 4 in black and white and color. We have the surviving episode 3, as well as the big clip from episode 1. We got photo reconstructions of episodes 1, 2, and 4. Excuse me. Audio commentaries, a making of documentary, Finding Galaxy 4 documentary, photo gallery, production subtitles, and PDF content on the BD-ROM. So then, once again, lovely booklet. These booklets are wonderful. You get a lot of information about the making of the original story and how they approached the reconstruction with the animated version. So, very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good animated rendition of Hartnell there, I gotta say. You know, I mean, look at that. I mean, look at it on the cover there. It just looks terrific. So what do we got here? Holy moly, we got a lot of commentaries on here. So, the surviving episode 3, we've got a commentary moderated by Toby Haydock and featuring Maureen O'Brien, Peter Purvis, and Lynn Ashley. That's Vicky, Stephen, and Dravin 3, respectively. Production subtitles. The Galaxy 4 animated reconstructions have a whole bunch of commentaries, so all moderated by Toby Haydock. So, episode 1, we've got actors Maureen O'Brien and Peter Purvis. We got a second commentary featuring animation executive producer Gary Russell. Episode 2, we've got vision mixer Clive Doig and special sound designer Brian Hodgson. Brian Hodgson, freaking legend. Episode 3, we've got assistant floor manager Sue Willis. Episode 4, we got 2 commentaries again with Maureen O'Brien, Peter Purvis, and Lynn Ashley once again. And episode 4, the second episode 4 commentary, animation producer and director Chloe Greck. We got production subtitles. And the clip that exists, the extended clip of the first episode, there's a commentary moderated by Toby Haydock again, featuring Maureen O'Brien, Peter Purvis, and Lynn Ashley again. And and then the reconstruction has the CD audio featuring optional narration by Peter Purvis, originally recorded for BBC Audiobooks and released in June 2000. And there you go. And then on disc 2, we've got all of the featurettes and extras and stuff like that. So we've got The Trouble with Chumblies, Making of Galaxy 4, Photo Gallery, Finding Galaxy 4, which is the recovery of the serial's existing material discussed by film collector Terry Burnett, president of the National Motor Museum, Ralph Montague, and former president of the Doctor Who Appreciation Society, Jan Vincent Rudsky. We've got the original teaser trailer for when they announced the animation. Got a full set of all the scripts in PDF format on the BD-ROM features, and Radio Times clips as well. So, very nice indeed. I gotta say, they really give you a treasure trove of stuff on these. I know I use that phrase a lot, but it's very apt. It's very apropos. And last, but most certainly not least, the last ever animation produced ever. I'll just leave that there as the bit of wrong information that you can all correct me about in the comments. Then I'll find out who actually stayed to the end of the video to find out the real story. Anyway, we have the Abominable Snowmen. This was actually one of the earliest Doctor Who novelizations that I read, was the Abominable Snowmen. And read it long before I ever saw any kind of version of the story. Because then I think the only time at the time, back in the mid-'80s, the only time I'd seen the Yeti on screen was in the Five Doctors, when they appeared in the Five Doctors. But then they put out the the missing, or the Lost in Time DVDs, where at least got to see the one surviving episode from this, which was pretty cool, especially having read the novel. So I had a lot of context for what was going on in that episode, because I knew it from the novel. And then I think later I saw like a photo reconstruction, like a fan-made photo reconstruction and stuff like that. So anyway, great to finally have this in animated form, especially since we got the Web of Fear in almost complete form. Yes, all but episode 3, the introduction of Colonel Lethbridge Stewart, which the rumor has it was snagged by a private collector just before the deal closed on the rest of the episodes, so it might exist out there. That might just be a rumor. I guess we may never know for sure. Anyway, what do we got here? So we got all 6 episodes in black and white and color. We got the restored surviving original episode 2, photo reconstructions of the other 5 episodes, making of documentary, audio commentaries, 8mm home movie footage, archive interview with writer Mervyn Haseman, photo gallery, teaser trailer, and PDF ROM content. So let's take a look here and we'll just see. Sorry, did I show you the full, hold on, did I show you the full spread of the Galaxy 4 Steelbook? I can't remember. Just in case. There it is. Very nice. Alright. It's almost like a mini closer look, isn't it? Although we're not very close. We're close-ish. See? Look! Yeah, anyway. Maybe we'll do a proper closer look at these at some point. So I know you guys like those, and I enjoy doing them for you. So let's open this up here, and let's see. What's the regular Blu-ray artwork? There we go. Very nice. Very nice rendition of Patrick Troughton there. Quite lovely. And this is another 3-disc set, so just give me a second here. I know you're all cringing when I stack them like this, but you know what? They're Blu-rays. They're nigh on impossible to scratch. So, not much action going on there, just kind of a nice cartoon vista of the Himalayas. So, there you go. I do like this, though. The Yeti looking all shadowy and mysterious. Yeah, you got the one big one there, and then you got the shadowy ones near the TARDIS, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. Alright. So this, of course, just uses the standard, you know, the 2D style animation, not that wonderful motion capture they did for that one episode of The Web of Fear that everyone loved unanimously. That was sarcasm, by the way. Anyway, yeah, so once again, it's very, very nice. Very consistent in terms of the design here. So, such a shame that this is the last ever animation. Never to have any more done ever. Here we go. Oh, that's actually a very good rendition of Jamie as well. See, they've really, like, got the likenesses down over the course of these. I really like how it seems like ever since the Macra Terror came out, they've been pretty consistent with their art style and animation style. I love it. So here we got disc 1, we got the restored version of episode 2 with 2 different audio commentaries. Moderated by first moderated by Toby Haydock and featuring Fraser Hines and film camera assistant John Walker. Second one is moderated by Gary Russell and features actor Deborah Watling, Victoria, from 2004. The Abominable Snowmen animated reconstructions in black and white have the following commentaries, all moderated by Toby Haydock. So episode 1 has production assistant Judy Shears. Episode 2 and 6 has animation producer and director Gary Russell. Episode 3 has cameraman Bernard Noonham. Episode 4 has Fraser Hines and film camera assistant John Walker. And episode 5 has special sound designer Brian Hodgson and makeup designer Sylvia James. And then we've got 8mm home movie footage, location work during September 1967 as captured by actor Fraser Hines and director Gerald Blake. Very cool. And then we got The Abominable Snowmen Episode 4, existing material featured in Late Night Lineup, broadcast on 25th of November 1967. Was that a recent discovery? I don't recall seeing that before. So they found, much like they found that chunk of Episode 1 of Galaxy 4, it was basically part of a clips package that had been sent to, I think it was sent to Blue Peter, if I remember correctly. So this sounds like a similar thing, where they got like some clips for a Doctor Who story, and they just never returned the clips, I guess. So they got that. I wonder how long that is. That's interesting. I'll have to check that out. We've got 31 Who. 31 West host Shyama Pereira and former Doctor Who producer John Nathan Turner interview writer Mervyn Haseman about the Yeti serials for the BSB program 31 Who. Oh, so 31st anniversary, I guess? No. Recorded on 8th of September 1990. Why is it 31 Who? I'm so confused. Oh, because the show was called 31 West, I guess. So they just... Okay, never mind. For transmission on the 23rd of September 1990. Alright, cool. And then disc 2 has the color version with all the same commentary tracks. And that's basically it. There's nothing more to say about that. Disc 3 is with all the extras. So disc 3, we got the Abominable Snowmen, the restored version of episode 2 with reconstructions of the other episodes from off-screen telesnaps and soundtrack recordings. This has optional narration by Fraser Hines, originally recorded for BBC Worldwide and released on CD in July of 2001. Very cool. Then we have Troughton in Tibet, the making of the Abominable Snowmen. Photo gallery, teaser trailer, a trailer for the animated version. Which was, wow, this came out 2 years ago. Was released on 23rd of November 2021, which was the series' 58th anniversary. It's just been 2 years since we've had an animation. I thought it had been a while. I'm kind of glad they took a break, because I was falling behind, and I was unable to afford to get caught up for a little while. So I'm glad that I had time to do so. And then once again, we got the scripts and radio time stuff on the in the PDF files on there. So very cool. This 2022 version. I'm so confused. Oh, the trailer. The trailer came out in time for the 50th anniversary, but this came out just last year. So I didn't think it had been quite that long. So, anyway, I've been kind of teasing and being silly and just full-on lying to you throughout the entire thing, because these are, of course, not the last of the animations. Yes, I can tell you the real story now. Thanks for your patience. We have this coming very soon. Yes, I gotta go way back there. There you go. The Underwater Menace. Yeah, which of course we got. Where is it here? Yeah, we actually did get a DVD of the Underwater Menace a while back. But, and you know, it has a nice selection of extras on it and whatnot. And even, like, a slipcover. But, so here's the thing about the Underwater Menace. Alright. It's notable because, this represents the earliest surviving episodes of Patrick Troughton's time as the Doctor. It is not complete. They have 2 of the 4 episodes. Which ones specifically? They have episodes 2 and 3. So 2 consecutive episodes. So yeah, episodes 2 and 3. For a long time, they only had one of them. I think episode 2, if I remember correctly. And they recently discovered, well, recently, when was it? When did this come out? 2015. Yeah. So within the past decade, they discovered episode 3 as well. So upon the discovery of episode 3, it was we were kind of all wondering what they were going to do with, you know, doing a release of it. Are they going to do a re-release of the Lost in Time set or what? No, instead they basically chose to put it out on DVD. This, I think, was the last DVD release anyway, that the Doctor Who restoration team had anything to do with. And for whatever reason, there is an article about it on the Doctor Who restoration team's website. They were told not to put too much effort into the photo reconstruction of the 2 missing episodes. They wanted to put some effort in and make it really nice for everybody, but the BBC was very strict about that and said, nope, only use the telesnap recordings in the original broadcast order. And don't do anything else. Why? Why would they make a strict mandate to do it as crappily as possible. We want this to be the shoddiest product that you can do. So please don't put any effort in whatsoever. Just put this telesnaps in like story order, set to the audio track, and we'll call it a day. Were they afraid they were going to charge them more money if they did a nice job of it? I don't know. Anyway, it's been 8 years, and we're finally getting a proper animated version of the 2 missing episodes. So, huzzah! Also, I just wanted to say, I remember when it was announced that the Abominable Snowmen was going to be the last one for a while. There was a certain segment of fans that just lost their minds and thought, like, oh my god, they're never doing the animations again. The animations are canceled. Hashtag save the animations. And no, I mean, I said this at the time. No, the animations, why would they stop the animations? That makes no logical sense whatsoever. First off, they sell like gangbusters. They do these beautiful limited editions for all of them. And did you forget that they're still doing these? Does it not make sense that they want to continue doing these, sell them individually as they do each one, make all that tasty, tasty money, then sell them to us fans again in the form of a collection set when they've got enough to do a full season? I mean, they've almost got, some previously decimated seasons rebuilt thanks to the animations. Like, let's just take a quick look here. So what do we got? What do we got here? What do we got left? What do we have left to do? Well, season one, the only thing we have left to get any kind of reconstruction treatment is Marco Polo. So let's do an animation of Marco Polo and put out a season 1 set. Come on. I mean, it's one of the all-time great historicals, if not the greatest historical ever. It's the first historical. They put a hell of a lot into the production value there. There is a wealth of photographic material. Just look at the loose cannon construction that came out yonks ago. There is an absolute mountain of material that they can use for reference for an animated version. So, come on. Get on it. Then we can get that season 1 set out. I will buy Marco Polo twice. I will support that release. I will buy the Steelbook of the animation, and then I will buy it again in the season 1 Blu-ray set. And I know I'm not alone in saying that. I'm pretty sure all of us will do that, just to show extra super duper mega support for the animations. Second season we already have. We just could really use an animation for the 2 episodes of the Crusades, like the only 2 episodes in the set. Anyway, we already talked about that. The third season is in the roughest shape because we haven't had a lot of Hartnell animations, and season 3 is in pretty rough shape. We just got Galaxy 4. We still have Mission to the Unknown, the Mythmakers, the Daleks Master Plan, the Massacre, Celestial Toymaker, and the Savages that would all need to have animated episodes. So that's probably going to be like the last thing they do, just because there's so much left to do. But then let's look at Troughton's era. Troughton's era was the most damaged by the junkings, especially seasons 4 and 5. Well, what do we got left for season 4? The Highlanders. That's it. We already got Underwater Menace coming out, so the only one we'll have left is the Highlanders. Introduction of Jamie. Nice little historical adventure. Let's make it happen. Let's get that season 4 set out. Season 5. Season 5, all we have left is The Wheel in Space, which I think has 2 surviving episodes, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, let's get that one. That one was actually on the schedule a while back for some kind of reconstruction, and it was even like listed on Amazon for a while, and everyone was like, "Was are they going to do a Wheel in Space?" Like, introduction of Zoe, and a Cyberman story. So I don't know. Anyway, that's the only one left. Everything else has been animated, and then season 6. Season 6, all we got left is the Space Pirates. So literally, we could have a complete Troughton run with 3 more stories. And that's it. It's done. We have them all. So here's hoping. So I'm assuming that, I mean, it seems to me that's their big focus. They just want to finish Troughton's run, and then they'll go back and hopefully, you know, finish Hartnell's run as well. And then there we go. I mean, I never thought I'd be sitting here saying this, that there was a very real possibility that they could literally animate every single missing episode. Because previously, I mean, we had a handful of them, like the Moon Base, and I think the Invasion was the first one, and they did the Ice Warriors, and those were all great. But they had this thing at the time, it's like, oh, we're only going to animate ones that are only missing like 1 or 2 episodes, because it's just too expensive otherwise. But apparently, I guess they sold really well, so they're like, well, let's see what happens. So they did Power of the Daleks, kind of as a test run. See, would people buy a full adventure that's entirely animated because they don't have any surviving episodes? And the answer was a frickin' resounding yes. So much so they released Power of the Daleks twice because they did the special edition a few years later. Yeah. I mean, the bottom line is, us Who fans have been starved for these stories forever. Especially as younger fans who weren't there when they started. I'm a younger fan. This is how long it's been around. I am a younger fan because I wasn't there when it started. But, like, I came in, it had already been out for like 20 years. But, yeah, let's get her done. But anyway, the whole thing about fans freaking out that the animations were done and never coming back. I mean, come on, guys, common sense. And I was saying this to them, it's like, it is in their best interest to keep them going. It's like, oh, but they said they were stopping them. No. They did not say they were stopping them. The only thing that happened was BBC America, who was part of the funding for them, ceased funding. But I mean, that's just a bunch of corporate restructuring nonsense. That's nothing to do with whether or not they're planning to do more. They just had to find some other funding. You know? Since then, Doctor Who's partnered up with frickin' Sony on the production side of things, partnered up with Disney on the distribution side of things. I think they're okay for money, guys. So, yeah, so let's just enjoy what's happening. I mean, we've had 3 collection sets this year. 3. Okay. We got an animation coming. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. I mean, they are put the money in the bank. Like, they are going to finish the animations at the very least, the very bare minimum. They will finish the 3 Troughton seasons, guarantee you, guaranteed. And then I bet the next one after that they'll do is Marco Polo. So we'll get the first season of Hartnell out. And then it will be a very long wait for season 3. Because there's just so much missing. But it'll come eventually. So my prediction is we'll get the rest of Troughton's stories released individually. Then we'll get seasons 4, 5, and 6 collection sets. Then we'll get, somewhere in the midst of all that, we'll get Marco Polo as an individual release. Then we'll get a season 1 set. Then there'll be like a huge drought for the collections. Maybe while we're waiting for them to do the rest of the Hartnells, they'll do like a Wilderness Years set. Because there's a lot of stuff they can put into a Wilderness Years set. And that'll kind of tide us over for a little bit. It'll be almost like the Wilderness Years of waiting for the animations to be finished, right? So then they'll finish up the animations for season 3, and then we'll finally get our season 3 collection set, and bam. Then what we'll get sets of Doctors. We'll get Doctor sets with all the seasons of a particular Doctor, and they will be remastered re-releases using the latest in AI upscaling technology to give us even better picture quality. There you go. There's all my predictions for what's going to happen with the video releases. Take it to the bank. Anyway, let's put these on the shelf, shall we? I'm running out of shelf space. I'm going to have to find some somewhere else for the New Who stuff. New Who! Alright. Well, let's put these on the shelf, shall we? Okay, now, the collection starts to look jankier and jankier. This is still bugging me, but we're gonna leave it. I'm not gonna look at it. I'm not gonna touch it. It's fine. It makes a kind of sense. So next up, let's see. So we got, all right. So we got Galaxy 4. So Galaxy 4. I can give you a slightly closer look at it here, eh? Yeah, very nice. Anyway, so that should technically go there before the 2 Power of the Daleks, and then see, this one didn't actually come out in a Steelbook. It does have a very, I mean, I love this artwork. Don't get me wrong. It has a very nice. The heck is that? What is that? It's like a ring or something. I don't know, something from a necklace or something. But yeah, and then underneath you got sort of the UK DVD style, which is kind of neat. But anyway, I did a closer look at this like a million years ago, so go back and watch that if you want more details. How does this get in there? Okay. And yeah, so continuity-wise, of course, we want that there. However, it's not a Steelbook, so I think we're gonna break up the continuity to keep the slipcover ones together. Peter Cushing, of course, there. And these recently got a 4K release, by the way, which I might upgrade to at some point. But anyway, all right. So we got that, and then what do we got? And then after faceless ones, we have Evil of the Daleks. Nice finale to this. It's actually first and last stories of this. Well, the second Doctor stories of season 4 were, of course, Dalek stories. Very, very nice. And then finally, we have the Abominable Snowmen. There. This is getting a little snug. I think with whatever we purchase next, whether it be a collection set or the next animation, we're gonna have to rearrange things a little bit here. Well, I guess we'll figure it out when we cross that bridge. Well, look at that! Doesn't that look snazzy? I'm almost out. I think I got room for. I think I can squeeze. No, I can't even squeeze one more in here. Wow. All right, I'm gonna have to. I might next time you see this, I might have to rearrange things a little bit. But wow, that is looking nice. Look at that. Oh, love it. Whoever thought we'd get this much Doctor Who on Blu-ray, like classic Doctor Who on Blu-ray? Crazy. I remember people asking me about this. See, this is why I like to throw predictions out there, because I'm usually right. I remember people asking me about that, like, would they ever be able to put classic Doctor Who on Blu-ray? And I said, well, yes, they could. I mean, coming from the original PAL Masters, especially for those of us in NTSC land, high def, taken straight off the PAL studio tapes, would look really good. Those of you in PAL land, it wouldn't be as big of a difference. But where I, said it would really make a difference is for the location film. So any stories where they have the existing location film, yeah, those will look really good. Because at the very least, the location film segments will be true high def, and you'll see like way more detail than you would on DVD. And lo and behold, look, that's exactly what they did. They basically, anything that had location film, they used the location film. Otherwise, they just do upscaling. And honestly, it all looks great. Like, I really have no complaints about any of these Blu-ray sets. Especially having followed all of the DVD release, remastering, and restoration stuff on the Doctor Who Restoration Team website. I know a lot about what went into the restoration of all of the classic stories. So I know what is or isn't possible with a lot of them in terms of the available source material. So, yeah, I couldn't be happier. I mean, one I was actually genuinely impressed with was, was this one, Season 8. This has a lot of, like, widely varying source material and color restoration and stuff like that. The stories were in pretty rough shape. And I gotta say, having owned pretty much every format of these stories as they've come out over the years and had the various, gradually improving levels of restoration over the years, I was really impressed by how good this looks. It looked way better than I was expecting it to look, having seen the original VHS and DVD releases of these stories. And they did a great job. So, I mean, if they can make these look good, I'm confident they can make anything look good. And now, with stuff like AI upscaling, which they're actually using it for official releases now, for the standard definition seasons, the first 4 seasons of the new series, they're actually doing upscales of them. In fact, they're probably out by the time you're seeing this video, or at least, soon to be out. So, yeah, it's exciting times that we're living in. I mean, I didn't think that it would be possible to take standard definition footage and upscale it in the way that we can now. Like, it's just amazing what they can do with technology now. And I've played around with some of those upscalers as well for some of my own stuff. At some point I'd like to apply it to my retro videos. I did some experiments, and I was amazed at the detail that it could pull out of, like, my old 8mm recordings and stuff like that. So, I mean, if I can do that with my consumer grade stuff, I mean, what can they do with their broadcast grade stuff, I mean, it's only going to keep getting better. So, awesome. I guess we'll be buying them all again someday. Anyway, that is it from me to you for now, folks. If you'd like to get any of those, I will throw some Amazon links in the description for you. That said, the Steelbooks are limited, so I don't know how available they will be. I know I had a little bit of trouble getting a couple of them because I ended up waiting a little longer than I would have liked to. But, I'll do what I can I'll put the regular Blu-rays in as well, so at least you can enjoy the stories in some form. Alrighty, that is it for me to you. That is it for me to you for now. Hope you enjoyed another little Doctor Who love fest, and I'll see you next time. What is next time? We've caught up on the Blu-rays. What could be next? Maybe something from the book collection, perhaps? But not Target books. What could they be? I don't know. Well, I know, but you don't know. Unless you're watching this later. I don't know. Anyway, tune in next week, Timey-Wimey Tuesday, and you'll find out. Until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara.